Good evening, Weather Impact meteorologist Gary Frank with an update on what's going on outside right now and what we're expecting this weekend, because there's been some rain in the forecast for at least the last couple of days. And discussing tonight's rain potential, a lot of it has fallen apart, but there are a couple of cells that are holding together. Even as they fall apart, there still is one severe thunderstorm warning. So let's take you to what it looks like right now. You can see it's all quiet at the airport, and I'll show you the progression of how this storm has kind of evolved here over the last couple of hours specifically, because over the last 12 hours, watch how a lot of this rain has kind of sat here, fallen apart as it got here, weakened, but as this boundary is kind of hung around, that's where it's kind of at least has one little downburst wind threat right now. As I take away some of this stuff right now, most of this for Franklin County, it's this one particular cell that's on 19 south of Herman, really between Herman and Rosebud and Gerald. That's the storm that we're looking at right now. That's really the only spot that is probably the strongest as it wants to cross the Missouri River. Now, as we kind of put a track on this for you from New Haven to Pinckney and Marthasville, this is going to get here at Dundee at about 9:17, Marthasville and Dutso at 9:24. I don't think this lives past this this severe thunderstorm warning, which goes until 9:45. I think this is probably going to weaken. A lot of this has to do with this taller core of these storms, and as it kind of pushes these downbursts of winds and rain, as it kind of weakens, it may gust. Right now, we've had a couple of reports of about 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This is very low end, and this is not something I'm expecting to be indicative of what we're expecting the rest of the night. But I do want to look at a couple of other areas that are having a little rain as I put this back on a full screen for you here. And you're able to see most of this is not going to be severe. And over the last 3 hours or so, or let's just switch to the last 30 minutes, you'll notice that one little specific core, it's kind of holding together still, but it's something that we'll watch south of Warrenton here into Warren County and eventually further north as well. Closer to Troy, Wentzville, we'll get a good eye on it around 70. But for the most part, that's not something that we're going to see. You also have from Parkway, Cedar Hill, Arnold. This has probably cooled you off a little bit. In fact, looking at some of our current temperatures, you'll see that we've seen temperatures that have fallen. We're 81 here, but it's 70 in Wentzville, 71 in Lake St. Louis, and that's where that outflow wind has kind of settled in and cooled things down. What we'll notice is, for the most part, a lot of these storms still try to hold together, but I still think they weaken as they fall apart into the overnight hours. So that's what we're expecting here. I think there's not much in the way of wind, but it's just one little small spot as this continues to weaken. And then in the overnight hours, maybe a couple of random showers here and there. Overall, though, it will be cooler as a result of that rain-cooled air, mid to upper 80s, or mid to upper 60s, that is, with increasing clouds for the most part. As we head into tomorrow, I do think there are going to be a few more showers and storms, not particularly the first part of the day, but for tomorrow, you'll start out with a few clouds, a few showers around with temps in the mid to upper 80s. Our best opportunity looks to be in the afternoon. And this is the first part of what we're going to look at here, because I do think that we'll see this is what it may look like to start off our day. A few showers around, cloud cover, nothing significant. By noon, sun tries to break out. Then those clouds really start to increase, and that's where I think we're going to see maybe a few more showers by the afternoon, starting to move in from the southwest to the northeast. Once again, it's not a huge rainy day, but it's going to keep our temps from going to 90 and bring some more maybe widespread rain into the evening. Nothing too significant, but the more significant factor is going to be as we look ahead toward our tropical tracker. And right now, this is Tropical Storm Beryl. It's working its way along the coast. It's back up to 70 miles an hour. It's still moving north-northwest at 12 miles an hour with our gusts up to 75. Very close to hurricane status again, and I want to show you what this is going to be doing here as it gets closer. It may strengthen to a Category 1 into the overnight hours, which is irrelevant to us to some degree. Significant rain for them, but as it turns off to the north and northeast, by Tuesday into Wednesday, that's where I think we're going to see our next chance for a change, and that's going to be our best bet for rain. So as that rain moves out, clouds increase by Monday night into Tuesday, and that's where I think we're going to see impacts from this storm. It should rain just about all day on Tuesday, as it's a pretty solid, steady rain, as we see the core of that storm kind of sit here, spin rain around all the way through Wednesday morning. I'm expecting some pretty significant rainfall totals here, as it looks like there's going to be a core right here, and I leave this on a full screen for you for a minute, and I'll flash back and forth. I want to talk about where this core is going to set up. I think there's probably 2 to 4 inches somewhere in between St. Louis, Perryville, Arcadia, Mount Vernon, And then off to the northwest, not as much. Bowling Green, Herman, Rolla. There's going to be a pretty fine line of where the most significant rain is going to be, somewhere between St. Louis, Herman, 1 to 2 inches, otherwise 2 to 4 in that case, with some isolated higher totals embedded in there. And as I put this back on the full screen, I want you to note that you're going to be able to see really Tuesday, that's our next weather impact alert day, as throughout the day there's going to be steady rain with wind gusts from 30 to 40 miles an hour at times, especially into the overnight hours, with 2 to 4 inches of rain for a lot of us. As those rivers swell, that's our main impact throughout the day. Over the next 7 days, temperatures will continue to go to 80 and 89, and then much cooler with rain on Tuesday, our next weather impact alert day, scattered showers Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll try to dry out and warm again by the weekend.